Throughout the season, we like to touch base with media from the Quebec-based teams before they come into Center 200. Coming in on January the 18th are the Chicoutimi Saguenéens, joined now by their play-by-play announcer, Francois Gingras. The Sags kind of in the race with the Eagles for the last home ice position in the Eastern Conference. Was this a goal, do you think, for the Sags to try to have home ice in the playoffs?
Thanks, Patrick, for receiving me. It's always amazing to talk to you and play the Eagles. I was already talking with Joe, who's my analyst, about the last home place. And it's going to be a nice run for the end of the years with you and the Oceanic and every team in the run for the last home place. I'm really looking forward for the game against the Eagles. And we have some former Eagles on our teams. I'm really looking forward for the game.
One guy who is key to this Chicoutimi team this year is Maxim Massé. He's one of four Q players going to the top prospects game. How electrifying has he been to watch in his draft season?
It's hard for a player on his draft years, and in Chicoutimi, everyone is talking about Maxim Massé. So everyone is looking at him. Does he play well last night? Is he going well? Is Maxim okay? I know it's a lot of pressure for him, but if you look at the points of Maxim Massé, it's really great, but not a lot of improvement. But when you go and look at his game all around, Massé is a key player for the Sags, and he do so much on the ice that you don't see if you're not looking really closely. He's physical. He's able to help his team on so many aspects of the game. He's the key player of this team, and it's the youngest team in the league. It's really hard to look at the Sags and say that they're not doing well this year because nobody thought that they will be where they are right now. They're making a lot of noise. And yes, right now it's a losing streak, but it's a team that's doing so well. Maxim Massé is the key of this team. Look at the game all around. He took a big step defensively and the physical aspect of this game. He's going to be a player that I'm really sure is going to be a first rounder unless there's a big difference in this game in the second period of the year.
As of now, he's the only player projected from the Q to go into the first round. Another key 17-year-old is someone we know in Cape Breton, Thomas Desruisseaux, who makes his way to the Sags. How has he adjusted to life in Chicoutimi? I know he had a strong start to his tenure with Chicoutimi.
I really like Jacobe Newcombe because he was a great player with the Sags. That's a guy who worked every single night. I was a little bit sad about the trade, but when I saw Thomas arrive with the Sags, he's a huge player. When the year started this year and the Sags tell him you're going to be the first center at 17 years old, it's a huge demand for the young guy, and he responded really well. And it's him and Massé. If you look at the stat, it's the two best players of the team. And it's huge to ask them to produce every single night when they're only in the second years of their junior career. But Thomas is playing really well with the Sags. He played a lot of his game with Maxim Massé. Sometimes they were separated. He's going to be a huge piece of the upcoming years for the Chicoutimi Sags. He's a really nice guy, working really well. He's a prospect for the upcoming draft. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be a pick, not in the first round, but pretty early in the draft.
Another former Eagle makes his way to Chicoutimi in the form of goaltender Rémi Delafontaine. How much does that fill a need with goaltending in Chicoutimi? How different do you think the team will be in the second half with Rémi and Nets?
We were surprised. If you look at the start of the season, the goaltender for the Sags were going to be Fernandez and Ojiro. Right now, we're here with Précourt and Delafontaine. If you look, Précourt deserves to be the first goaltender right now with where he stands. He's going to be the first. What will be the plan of Yannick Jean? But Précourt was the only goaltender of his draft class to play in the Q this year, and he's a 6th-round pick, if I'm not wrong. He worked so well, he's a great prospect, and right now, he deserves to be there. Fernandez wasn't playing like he was supposed to. There was two options for Yannick Jean. I'm going to try again when I already gave a lot of chance for the guy, or I move on and I try to adapt myself. He did the right decision. He moved on from Fernandez and decided to bring Delafontaine. He played one game right now with the Sags. That was a great game for him. He was really good. Even though the Sags lost, I saw a goaltender with experience playing super great, and he's going to be really important for the team and for Précourt, because Précourt, I think he needed an older goaltender to help him along the way. I already said that's the youngest team in the league, so to have an older goaltender can be a bad plan.
The Sags come to Sydney on January 18th. What else should fans look forward to watching the Chicoutimi team?
There's a lot to watch about the Sags. I'm going to tell you the 4 16 years old are all players to look at. You have 2 defensemen and 2 offensive players. Emile Guitte's shot is dangerous. You need to look at him every time he has the puck. And not a lot of people are talking about Nathan, and he's a player that always fight every single puck, and you need to look at him. But when I talk to you about the defense of the Sags, you can see, okay, Loic is always the leader, but there's two defensemen that are 16 years old that right now are playing some of the best defensemen in the league. Jonathan Prud'homme is playing like he's 20 years old who can face everyone. And Alex Wang is the leader for the rookie defenseman in point in the league. I would be looking at every young guys from the Sags. Look at the 17 years old and younger, and all those guys have a huge potential and going to be good player for the Sags when they're going to try to go for the cup. I hope we're going to have a close matchup because those are two teams that are going to face off each other in the upcoming years and close to each other in the standings. We have two great teams that got to face off. I hope everyone will enjoy the game.
Great insight on the Chicoutimi club. Thanks for this, Francois.
Thank you for this.
That's Francois Gingras. He's the play-by-play announcer for the Chicoutimi Saguenéens, who will be at Center True Wonder on Thursday, January 18th. You're listening to Celtic Kubota, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.